everyone, and welcome to DryerDays Art Studio. I'm Catherine. Thank you so much for being here today. Well, you asked, and I am delivering. This is a video all about the DD August art box. A few people wanted to see some creations with everything included in the box, and so we're going to jump right into it. I still do have some of these boxes available, as well as the July box, so head over to DryerDaysArtStudio.com to check those out. I will link everything in the description. So first of all, we're going to get some of this Decadence glitter, which the light is just not doing it any favors here, but this is one of my newest glitters. It's very fine and it's gorgeous. You're also going to get some bronze mica flakes. You're going to get a jar of the Eiffel Sparkler. This is one of my more popular sparklers, and it's absolutely gorgeous in coaster work and casting, but also in resin geodes. Sort of a holographic purple. It has square shapes in there, round shapes. It's just stunning. You're also going to get some Violet Vixen pigment, which is a beautiful deep purple, and some gold sparkle pigment, which actually I'm sold out of in 10-gram jars right now, and you can only get them in this box. I'm also throwing in some vivid purple alcohol ink that I will use on these. It doesn't turn up too well in these just because we're using a lot of micas and glitters, but I wanted to show you guys anyway, and I wanted to include an alcohol ink in the box so you guys can be trying those out if you're curious. I'm just going to start with a base layer of clear. I am using Total Boat's resin for this. And again, if you want to check the video description, all products used will be listed, and there is a discount code for Total Boat as well if you've never tried them out. Right now, Total Boat is having a massive giveaway over on their Instagram, so if you want to get in on that, definitely check them out at Total Boat on Instagram. In the giveaway, I have contributed a few biodegradable glitters, and there's a ton of other really awesome products and brands in the giveaway, so yeah, just check that out. And if you're on Instagram and you don't follow me yet, please find me at DryerDays and follow me. So just going through, making sure we don't have any kind of bubbles or spots where maybe the resin is trying to separate off the silicone, which can happen. I do wash all of my molds in warm water, a little bit of soap, just a tiny bit of dish soap in there just to get any dirt or dust off of the surface. I will let them air dry, but I'll use a dry paper towel to get any water droplets off that are kind of being stubborn. And here we're just going to hit with some heat to really pop any bubbles and get a nice clear base going. Okay, so let's start with the Violet Vixen. Here it is mixed in the resin. All of these items you can purchase individually in my store if you don't want to get the whole kit, but as I mentioned, the gold sparkle is the only thing not available in 10-gram jars right now, but I do have it available in 25-gram jars. So here is that vivid purple alcohol ink. You can see it's kind of like a really bright magenta almost. And here's that gold sparkle. I also just got some new deep gold and a light gold sparkle too. That's really beautiful. That's brand new to my store. I just wanted to mention that. So here is a little bit of resin mixed with the bronze mica flakes. And we're going to put that right in the center. I want that to be the focal point. And here is some of that Decadence glitter mixed with resin. And I'm going to put a little bit of that, just drizzle it around because I want some of that to peek through the mica flakes. And we're going to do something similar on this one, except on this one I'm going to use the Eiffel in the middle instead of the Decadence. And again, going to incorporate some of those bronze mica flakes. Sticking with the Eiffel Sparkler again, I'm going to go around the outside edge of the mold because I want the rim of these to be really sparkly. So just going to go right up against the edge there. As you can see, it's kind of pushing away a little bit. Don't worry, we'll work on that as we go. I'm just going to follow all the way around, getting a nice layering of this around the outside edge. This is some of the vivid purple alcohol ink here. And you can see once it's added in there, it does look more purple. It is a very, very bright color, but I added that first hoping it would sink to the bottom because I'm not using any white alcohol ink here. You do want to use white alcohol ink to make other pigmented inks sink. And you'll notice here at the very end when I demold how this vivid purple ink just does not sink. And that was the Violet Vixen there, just going around, following the shape as I like to do. And now we're going to fill out the rest with some of the gold sparkle. And this gold sparkle sunk really well, as you'll see. It almost made sort of a splotchy appearance, and that's why I add some lines at the end, but I'm getting ahead of myself. We'll get to that in a little bit. So now adding some clear, and again, trying to do some of that clear on top of the vivid purple alcohol ink, hoping it would sort of push it down to the bottom of the mold so that when I demold, you'll see it. Okay, so now let's move on to the other mold here. I just gave a little spritz of alcohol ink there to pop any bubbles that are coming to the surface. And with this one, we're going to start with the Violet Vixen out around the edge here. Not getting too close because I do want to add a little bit of that Decadence Glitter. And we'll add the gold sparkle pigment here. And here we will add the Decadence now on that edge. Like I did with the Eiffel, except I did the Eiffel first. We're doing the Decadence here second after we've already put the purple down. The Decadence I love because it's really warm. It has flecks of gold in there, even some warm greens, and just beautiful purples. It's a very rich glitter. Just keep following around, filling out the edge here. And what you'll notice too, let me just touch on the fact that I put the clear down first. The clear first does give some beautiful effects, almost cell-like effects. I do tend to notice that that will depend on the resin that you're using. I do usually get very good results with that with the Total Boat resin, so that's why I really like to use that, especially if I know I'm going to do a clear coat first. Adding some more Violet Vixen, and we'll just go through and keep adding until we fill the entire coaster. These coaster molds, like with most coaster molds, take about 2.5 ounces of resin. So I mixed up about 5 ounces total. Okay, now here is some of that vivid purple that I'm trying to add in there to break up the colors a little bit. Again, you will see how this ends up when I demold. I had never really incorporated in an alcohol ink like this with pigmented resin without adding white ink. So this was sort of an experiment for me. And again, we're just going to keep going around, filling out the shape here. I don't like my sections to be too defined, so really going through trying to break them up a little bit in my technique of where I lay down the pigments. And spritzing, as you saw there, with rubbing alcohol as I go to pop any bubbles, because we don't want to use a torch near our molds. I say this every time. Please do not use an open flame with your silicone molds, as it will melt them and ruin your molds. This is about 15 minutes into working and shaping these. Total Boat resin lasts about 30-35 minutes for me. And here it's starting to tack up a little bit, so I'm just sprinkling on some glitter, and I'm going to sprinkle on also some of the bronze flakes. You'll see how that looks here at the end. But I do want to mention that after I demold these, I do add some gold edging and lines, and I do a flood coat, which I did not include in this video. I did that off screen. Okay, so look at this. See all that red? That is the alcohol ink. That is the alcohol ink that did not sink. It floated to the top. So just a learning thing that if you do not use any white, it's not, because look, it's not shown up here pretty much at all. So you can see that decadence along the edge. You can see that cell-like effect that I was mentioning when you do a clear coat first. There you can see the alcohol ink again just floated right to the top. You can already see some of that Eiffel poking through. It's so beautiful. It's a beautiful light. Oh, look, it's just so gorgeous. I love the Eiffel glitter so much. Okay, so as I mentioned, I'm going to come in with some gilding leaf and a small paintbrush, and I'm going to outline the gold. I'm going to outline the edges, and then I am going to do a flood coat. And then you will see here in just a moment what they look like finished. And here they are. So again, added those lines, which you can see just gave us some more separation. And here's the back again, but you can see how when you just drizzle a little of those flakes on as it's curing, they'll pop up like that. Because I know a lot of people always ask me, well, mine always sink. Well, if you just sprinkle them on as the resin's getting tacky, look at the center flakes mixed with that decadence. I just think it looks so rich and beautiful. Sorry, I hit my camera. And then here's the one where we did the Eiffel. Oh my gosh, just so sparkly, so warm. I mean, it looks like that glitter is like dancing, like a party, like a disco ball in there. It's just so stunningly beautiful. And you can see again the back side. But like I said, I did use some gold gilding leaf. I will link everything in the description. And then I did flood coat this again with the Total Boat resin. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you liked it. I hope it answered any questions that you had about the DD August art box. Again, those are in limited supply. I do have some left, so if you want to try any of these products, please head to DryerDaysArtStudio.com and get yours. It's linked in the description. Thank you again, guys. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, keep on pouring.